Lots of questions this time of year about how long can a Jackery run the Dometic CFX-35 refrigerator, right? It's hotter than blazes. It's 90 degrees out now and nice and cold. So I've spliced in a piece that I did in the spring, pre-pandemic, about how long this will run on a Jackery. So I'm going to repost that now rather than answer a bunch of questions. So to do this test, I took a 4-gallon container of water, and tap water. I put it in here. I let it run on AC power for 24 hours to get the water to 34 degrees, which is where I keep my refrigerator. And then I wanted to see how long I could just keep it running. I figured that's a baseline test. I was in a room at home, 65 degrees, temperature controlled, indoors. And I wanted to see how long these Jackeries would keep it running. And what I found was quite amazing. So let's start with the big guy, 22 pounds, Jackery. For 5 days, 121 hours, just plugging it in here and just letting it run. And what I found was the energy discharge on this was linear. It's a nice flat curve, and you had predictability. Once I had this thing, I could start projecting from the first couple of cycles that this thing ran, the first few hours or so. I could see that the discharge line was flat from these batteries, and it ran for 121 hours, 5 days, which is pretty good for me, I'll tell you right now. Kind of puts my mind at ease if I'm out, if I'm away, if I've got the cooler, if I've got this refrigerator in the car and I'm out traveling and I just don't want to plug it in the car. I don't know why I want to do that, but if I'm somewhere in the backyard at a barbecue and I need 5 days worth of cool, this guy's going to deliver it. He's going to keep everything cool. Don't forget, I started with a baseline of chilled food, chilled water. So that guy worked out. It's pretty much a big surprise for me how long this ran. Okay, next up is the Jackery 500. And what I found with the 500 is it ran 2.6 days. It ran 64 hours. That's very good. That's a weekend. That's a weekend trip. It'll keep this thing running. The Jackery 240, which is pretty portable. These are personal units. You just carry these around. They're very lightweight. 26 hours it ran, this thing. So that's a one-day picnic, full day, dawn till midnight. It'll keep this thing running for 26 hours. And that's wonderful. The biggest surprise of all was this little guy. I mean, this is, little tiny guy. Full of surprises, this thing is. And it ran that for 14 hours, which is pretty good. That's a full day picnic. At your backyard party, keep this thing running. Now, look, don't misinterpret what I'm saying. If you're putting warm food in here, it's going to just run continuously. And that's going to use up your energy a lot quicker. Pre-chill everything in here, and your energy will go a lot further, your portable energy. So these are personal energy devices. I need to come up with a new name for this. Personal power delivery, PPD. Yeah, personal power delivery items. And you carry your energy around with you now. It's pretty cool. And as I said, these have really changed the way I look at my whole energy system on the trailer. Now, I envision running this, as I've been doing for a couple of years, running this refrigerator on the trailer power. That's why I've got that big 120 amp hour battery in there for, that big lead acid, heavy ass battery. But these things can augment that. They can do a lot more. Charge your phones 1,000,000 times. I'm not going to give you all these. I could do that, but we'll be here all day. How many times it'll charge. If you're serious about getting these, you're going to look that up and you're going to find that out. Now, I have links in the bottom. If you click on those links, I actually make a little money off you. It costs you nothing, but it certainly helps me help pay for all this stuff, So I see this as a real game changer for RVs. You used to go buy an RV and you size this big, huge house battery, these 6-volt, multiple arrays of batteries and stuff. The way I envision it now is you get your base system, which would be lighting, heating, and refrigeration for me. And a roof fan, I know what those things draw. I have a pretty good baseline on how much that draws. It's about 6 amps a day for me, for just a house thing. And the refrigerator is a little bit more. Refrigerator draws 44 watts average. And with that, you can calculate everything else. But I envision that 120 amp hour battery running this. Now, all the other stuff I do, tablets, phones, electric shavers, AA batteries, AAA batteries, anything rechargeable, camera batteries, all that other stuff, I'm going to run off these Jackeries. And, you know, that it's segmented. I've got my base system, which I really need. And then I've got all the luxury goods, the fan and all that I'm going to lug around. So it's changed the way that I look at things, and it may have an effect on the RV industry. I don't know. Maybe I'm seeing a little more here than there is. Maybe not. I think that you can get by with a cheaper house battery and all that now, or a smaller system, and look to these things. And the real great thing about these is they're really portable. You know?